Welcome to the explainer. So, artificial intelligence. It's showing up in our workplaces, right? But not just as another tool. We're talking about AI as a full-on training partner. Today, we're going to break down exactly how to make that partnership work. And, maybe more importantly, what happens if we get it wrong. So here's the big question. Is this new AI your training partner, or is it really your new supervisor? Because, let's be honest, as AI moves into workplace training, it's a massive opportunity, for sure, but it also comes with some pretty significant risks. The real question isn't if we're going to use AI, it's how we're going to use it, and who's really in control. All right, to really get a handle on this challenge, we need to look at the core tensions that AI brings into the picture. And these aren't just, little technical glitches we can patch. No, these are fundamental conflicts that could literally define the entire learning experience for people. Okay, so on one side, you've got this incredible promise of AI support, right? It can personalize learning, tailor content exactly to your pace and what you need. Sounds amazing. But on the flip side, those exact same tools can feel a whole lot like surveillance. And that's the first of three big tensions the source paper points out. Is this system actually helping you learn, or is it just watching your every single move? Next up, we have this tension between personalization and standardization. I mean, yeah, AI can create a super custom learning path for you, but does that empower you? Or does it just put you on a kind of conveyor belt where you lose the freedom to explore? And then there's the big one, automation versus accountability. When an AI makes a call, maybe a bad one, who's on the hook for it? Who's responsible? You can see how getting the balance right across all three of these is absolutely crucial if you want learners to trust the system. So that's the problem. How do we get all the good stuff from AI without falling into these traps? Well, the research points to a really clear solution. We have to make the technology fundamentally human-centered. Now, human-centered AI, or HCAI, this isn't just about making a pretty friendly interface. No, it's a whole design philosophy. It's about baking human values and ethics right into the core of the technology from the very beginning. The whole point is to make sure the tech serves people, not the other way around. And a really key part of this is something the paper calls emotionally intelligent AI. Now, hold on. This isn't about the AI becoming your therapist or anything like that. It's much simpler. It's about the AI picking up on interaction signals, like, say, how long you're pausing on a tricky question, and using that cue to offer some timely support. So think of it less like it's diagnosing your feelings and more like it's offering a helpful resource right when you seem stuck, all while respecting your dignity. And that quote really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? The future isn't about replacing people. It's about building these human-AI partnerships. And that single idea is the foundation for the main solution the research proposes. So to make this partnership work, the authors lay out a really clear roadmap. They call it the Human-AI Synergy Framework. Okay, so this framework gives us a great visual for how this partnership is supposed to work. And I want you to notice what's at the very bottom, the foundation. It's not technology, is it? It's human-centered values like empathy and ethics. Everything else, the design, the strengths, the outcomes, it's all built on top of that ethical base. And this really shows that the framework isn't about choosing humans or AI. It's all about combining their complementary strengths. Humans are great at things like creativity, empathy, and coaching. AI, on the other hand, is a beast at scale, recognizing patterns and providing consistent feedback. The real magic, the synergy, happens when you let each partner do what it does best. Let's talk about those foundational values for a second. Empathy, ethics, and inclusion. It's so important to see these are not optional add-ons. They're not just nice-to-haves. They are the absolute bedrock design principles that make the entire system trustworthy. If you don't have these, honestly, even the most powerful AI in the world is going to fail at creating a learning environment that's both safe and effective. Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this actually look like in practice? For a real learning and development team on the ground, how do you actually decide who does what? Well, the framework gives us some really clear guidance on this, on role clarity. Just take a look at the row for sensitive interactions. The AI is great at flagging a pattern, maybe suggesting a learner is getting confused. But, and this is a big but, the human trainer must be the one with the final say on how to step in. The AI suggests, the human decides. It's that simple. And this right here reinforces probably the most vital principle of all. Accountability has to stay with a person. Always. That human override isn't just a feature. It's a non-negotiable safeguard. It's what protects a learner's dignity and ensures fairness in those really sensitive moments when it matters most. So let's tie all of this back to what might be the single most important outcome here: building a learning environment that people can actually genuinely trust. This pathway here shows us exactly how that happens. There's a clear mechanism at work. You see, it all starts with thoughtful design and governance. That careful design is what builds learner trust and a sense of fairness. And that is what drives the emotional engagement and persistence you need to get to the final step: real, lasting learning and growth. And here's the real key insight, I think. We often treat trust and fairness as just nice outcomes, things we hope happen at the end. But what this framework argues is that trust is the core mechanism. It's the engine that makes the whole thing work. Without it, the most sophisticated AI is just a fancy tool. But with it, AI can become a true partner in someone's development. So what this all boils down to is that bringing AI into workplace training, it's not just a tech decision. It's really a leadership and a governance decision. It's about who gets to make the calls, who has authority over the learning process itself, and critically, what happens when the system gets it wrong. And that leaves us with one final, really critical question for every organization out there. When AI joins your team, who's going to write the rules? Because this framework makes it crystal clear that you have to answer that before you press go. The rules you write will be the difference between AI becoming a supportive partner or just another unaccountable supervisor.